Hello. It's not a fun topic, but I wanted to take a minute and talk about my son, Toby. It's August 21st, which means he's now been gone for 6 years. He died August 21st, 2010. And that's what I wanted to talk about, the 6-year anniversary. You know, the first year wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I think I was still kind of in that daze. Plus, I just had Iris, and she was only a little over a month old, so we're still in the newborn phase with her. The second year was worse. The third year was the hardest. The worst thing about year 6 is the fact that it doesn't hurt as bad. And nobody talks about that. People talk about starting to feel better or the pain changing. Nobody really talks about the guilt of not feeling as bad as you once did. There are times when I feel like Toby was never here, that his whole life was just a dream. I mean, there's really not that many reminders of Toby in the house. We've got pictures of him on the wall, but there's not things to say that Toby was here. You know, with the other kids, we have markings on the wall that shows, how tall they've gotten. We don't have that with him. We live in a different house, so we don't have the memories of, Toby used to sit there, or Toby, that used to be his room. We don't have things like that. I mean, we have his little clothes, some of them in memory boxes or in shadow boxes on the wall. We've got pictures. His nursery furniture is now our office furniture. But those are just things. Those are just decorations. They're not him. And a lot of the time it feels like he wasn't here at all. That it was a bad dream, or a good dream, depending on how I'm feeling. Nobody wants to talk about him outside of the family. Very few people met him in real life, so it's not like people are sharing memories of him with us or saying, do you remember when Toby, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he was 2 months old when he died, but I can count on one hand the number of people in my life that actually met him. That's kind of what hurts the worst, is feeling like he barely made an impact. Feeling like somebody could be born and live an entire life, and it almost feels like they were never here. It's one of the reasons I keep bringing him up. Not just to remind everybody else, but to remind myself. But like a lot of other things, that's a side of grief that we don't talk about because it's not nice. It's not a pretty part of grief. It's not what you see in the movies or on TV. That's what I find most about grief. The stuff that people don't talk about are the things that bother us the most. But it has been 6 years. And I don't know what kind of afterlife I believe in, but I think wherever he is, he's happy and he's moved on. And I think one day I'll see him again in some form. It makes me feel a lot better to believe that than to think it didn't mean anything. Bye, Toby.